Okay, what happened?
Okay. So, do we start with the boy and how I was like, I'm heartbroken? Or do we start with the space and how I can't wait until I call Jay Lux and I tell him, fuck you! I hate you! Like, I am so excited to call Jay Lux and be like, fuck you, I have a better space across the way that A, I'm paying less for, B, it's perfect. You know how that space, it has all the glass, but then there's not that much wall space because there's so much glass? So this space has equal amount of wall space because it's both-sided walls, but it's like totally cohesive. You walk in and it's hardwood floors and walls on each side, and there's two skylights on the top, and when you look inside, there's vines growing inside on the walls, like near the skylights and on the wall, which is going to go so perfectly with the theme of the show. And it's just such a beautiful space, and it looks like a little, like, cute little cottage on the outside, and it's perfect, and it's right across the street. And
How'd you find it?
okay, so this is the crazy thing. Yesterday, I was sitting outside of the space after I showed after I showed Samantha, one of the artists, the one you met. After I showed her the space, and I'm sitting outside, and I'm like feeling totally discouraged, and like, I'm never gonna get this space. I'm never gonna have this show. I'm gonna fucking die. I don't even know what I'm gonna do. And I was like, you know what? I need a plan B. I need to find a backup space. And I was like, I'll call Josh, the guy who sold me my condo, and the same guy who found my mom the house in West Hollywood. And I was like, I'll call Josh. He works for Hilton and Highland. And as I'm thinking that, and like so defeated and wanting to throw myself in the street, I look over and I see a Hilton and Highland sign, and it's like, oh, like gleaming at me, like sent from the heavens above. And I see it, and I was like, oh my God, that space is Hilton and Highland. Oh my God, oh my God. I walk over, and I'm with Samantha, and she's like, you know, I prefer this space. It's totally more cohesive. I love the vines. There's more wall space. The walls are actually higher. Like, she's like, it's less like, you know, sectional. She's like, I love this space. Like, I'm in love with this space. I'm like, me too. So I'm like, okay, I'm calling Josh. So I call Josh and I tell him, whatever. He's like, okay, I'm gonna call the guy who's like in charge of it, because Josh is like lesser, like like the other guy is like a bigger position. So he calls the guy, but the guy doesn't get in until today. So I'm still waiting, And I go over to show Morgan both of the spaces today, and Morgan shows up late. So I'm like, what am I going to do for the next 20 minutes? So I buy the pair of shoes, and I'm like moseying around Melrose Place, and my friend Charlie has a furniture place next door. And so I'm like, oh, I'll call Charlie and see if he's there. So I call Charlie. I'm like, are you there? He's like, no, but I'll be there soon. Like, meet me. So I go in, and I tell Charlie, like, my whole entire drama. He's like, I know the owner of the space next door. I'm like, you know the owner? He's like, yeah. I'm like, call him. Call him, Charlie, please. Please call him so I don't have to deal with more real estate agents. And he's like, okay. So he gets on the phone with him. He, like, vouches for